In an age where Hollywood seems to be clawing at the walls for new, fresh, and innovative ideas, a Hollywood which nowadays rarely comes out with something wholesome and original, one of their prime go-tos to fill this gap are sequels, prequels, remakes, and reboots. It should be no surprise, then, that there are talks of making a reboot of the beloved Back to the Future movie, a move which is as full of hubris as it is unwanted. While it is still largely rumor at this point, the supposed reboot would be headed by none other than J.J. Abrams, and star the likes of Timothée Chalamet or Tom Holland as a Marty McFly-like character.
Whoa, this is heavy.
Here's an idea for the film. Don't do it. Let it be. Leave this one alone. And it's not only because Back to the Future is a pristine classic. It's due to the abundant lack of creativity coming from the mainstream film industry nowadays. What is the big deal about coming up with new, fresh ideas from the plethora of writers and creators in the world instead of riding the coattails of a classic movie? Hollywood has billions of dollars to spend, but somehow has trouble finding even midway talented authors and scriptwriters to formulate stories that don't piggyback on the momentum of previous great films. Even AI can come up with creative ideas in seconds for Hollywood to consider. Now, it could be argued that all films borrow heavily from stories going back to Plato, but this misses the larger point. This is an alleged reboot of a beloved property, a franchise, and it is as unneeded as it is unwanted by the most important part of the film, its dedicated fans. So the question is, why? Why are they tossing around the idea for it? Why not take a risk with something bold and new, just like Back to the Future was? There are only two major reasons: profit and ego. There are a small cadre of elite Hollywood producers who want to put their mark on a beloved property and pretend like they are the authors and want to make the big bucks doing it. It's standing on the shoulders of giants and thinking you are the tallest person in the world. If you've watched my previous videos, especially this one about gamers, link in the description, you would know my artistic ability is close to zero, at least in the visual arts, and is why I have such an appreciation for creatively original people and artistic endeavors. Rebooting Back to the Future would be like having a novice guy like me look at the Mona Lisa, scrawl it out on a piece of newspaper, think I achieved something wonderful, and brag about it to all of my friends who will just echo my self-assigned greatness back to me. Meanwhile, the larger audience scoffs and shakes their heads, realizing I'm a hack, stroking my own ego. Moreover, did I truly create anything new, original, risky? Did it surpass the genius of Leonardo da Vinci's masterpiece? Of course not, and it is highly unlikely I ever would achieve the same level of mastery he did with my derivative copycat antics. I believe this is what metaphorically happens in Hollywood circles. You have producers who want to leech off of a great work, recreate it in their own image, and receive accolades from their Oscar buddies. Never mind the millions of others who disdain and deride the attempt outside of the circle. They aren't a dedicated and passionate fan base who adore the movie, they're just haters and trolls. This seems to be more about pride and profit than it is about artistic expression and connecting with what the audience really wants. I think the ones in charge know they don't have the creativity necessary to make movies sparkle, or they are too self-absorbed to hire the right people who can make films people want to watch. There are numerous independent film studios that put out marvelous and original creations, all at 1/10 the cost of even a modestly budgeted Hollywood film. So here's an idea, Hollywood. Instead of riding in the wake of greatness, how about you hire some of those writers to herald a new age of movies amidst the crumbling empire of reboots, remakes, and rehashed cinema? Just because you can remake a movie doesn't mean you should. Back to the Future is one of the most beloved, iconic, masterfully done pieces of cinema in recent history. Michael J. Fox himself voiced his opposition to a reboot nicely. I don't think it needs to be. I think Robert Zemeckis and Bob Gale have been really smart about that. I don't think it needs rebooting because are you going to clarify something? You're going to find a better way to tell the story? I doubt it. Some films should be singular, untouched, unspoiled. No reboots, remakes, or any finagling at all. You don't go into the Louvre and give Mona Lisa a hat and mustache. Leave this one alone.